guys, welcome to another episode of Tony's Allotment, and today we're going to get Worzel sorted. Now, as you can see, he's looking a bit worse for wear. He had a sort of his jacket rotted off him, and the shirt is rotted. And bear in mind, he hasn't done bad. He's been out in the weather for 4 years, 4.5 years even. I've borrowed a drill off Phil to take him apart, and this is what I wanted to show you today. You'll have to excuse all these pipes on the floor. That's from something else. Okay, so but basically he's been out here for a long time. He's probably got all sorts growing in him, but we'll chuck them down. As you can see here, we've got his new shirt, a new jacket. It's a Tails jacket, just like he wore. So we'll be getting that onto Worzel very shortly. First things first though, we've got to try and get this jumper up over his head, okay? But we have to turn him around first and lift it all up and take him apart from behind. Now, Worzel's a little heavy, which is what you need. You can lean him like that. Okay, he's got all sorts growing up him. You can see where he started rotting in this jumper as well, but this jumper will do another year, so we won't bother about that. But basically what we need to do is strip him right up to the top of his shoulders like this. We're going to rip the shirt, we're not worried about that now, and we're going to expose this area here. And in this area here, you're going to see two big screws here. This is what holds his arms on. Now obviously, because of the way the length of his arms, and the way he is, he can't bend his arms to get the shirt on. We have to dismantle his arms. When I strip him off, then I will show you exactly how he's built. Now I'm not sure how good this drill is. Normally I'd use an impact driver here, but let's see what we can do now. Doesn't like it. There we go, let's try that. That's better. Where's that screw? We might have a problem here, guys. In that. I can't get to this screw. Oh. Slight problem, eh? Typical, really, when you think about it. You know what, so don't break it. Looks like, oh, there he is. That's why I can't get to it. It's this one down here, guys, alright? Wrong way. Right, it's take two. I've been home and I've got my own impact wrench. We had a bit of a nightmare, locked my keys in the cupboard and all sorts, so hopefully this will get it out. It looks like it's rounded off, guys. Okay, so there must be more in here somewhere. There's another one up here. Any more? And another one there. Okay. So apart from that one now, guys, his arms are free, okay? So we'll take these out now. One. And just to get them out of our way. There's one here that's had the head snapped off it. So we don't want to catch his jumper in it. Okay. So we're taking the 4 screws out. And what we need to do now is up here, look. Okay, we've got a cleat. because there was no way we were going to stretch the clothes far enough in order to get it on. So what we did was we cut his arm here, and then we put this cleat on. You're never going to see it because it's hidden under the shirt. Okay, and it does sound a bit of a sort of long-winded way of doing things, but we've done it this way because, and it's the same thing with his legs, because you can't get the waist of the trousers up over here. But it does make life a lot easier for getting him dressed. So we just now need to 2 of these here. Here, and on the front here there's another 2. Alright. That one snapped. That was hot. I think we might be there. There we go, guys. So now his arm should come off. Have we got one on the bottom? No. So what is holding us? Oh, I can see what's holding us, guys. It's this, the one where I stripped the head just now. So what we're going to do with this one, we're going to take it right out. Take the whole piece off. There we go. So as you can see, changing his clothes is a bit of a potch. Thankfully, we don't do it all the time. How long are these screws? There we go. Right. So that's how we got his arm on, okay guys? So Worzel's been de-armed. And now we're able to start stripping his clothes off. Gonna get this piece off out of the way. We'll deal with that in a bit. Okay. This will give you an idea of how he's put together and why he lasted so long. Okay. Alright guys, so this is Worzel's arm. To get the effect of the straw, obviously we didn't want to put straw everywhere, so we've just cut a load of straw, we've wrapped it around his hand, okay? Same thing on this piece. And what we'll have to do now is replace this tape. But we just want to do it enough to get the shirt off. And Worzel's body is an inverted tree trunk of a tree that came down in the storms a couple of years ago. Only a small tree, but it was enough to you know, ideal sort of size. So we got the trunk part there, and then it forked up, so we cut that off, which created his legs. This is quite a rare sight of Worzel that you're probably not going to see ever again. So as you can see now, this is where we sort of stuck all straw, and it's going to fall out now. There's not a lot I can do about that, but for what we want to do today is just get all his shirt off him. Poor Worzel, he's been through a bit of a tough time. As again, all tape around holding the straw in, so we can turn him around now. And this is how Worzel's belly is all padded out. So there we have it, guys. That's Worzel's shirt off. And now all it means is we now got to put him back together by putting his arms through this shirt, and this is no easy feat, I gotta say. Okay, so we'll hang his coat back up there for a minute. Right, so we're going to put the long arm through now again. Whoops. Just grab his arm, drag it through until the cuff is over there. So we're going to bring his cuff down. You can't always do it, but sometimes you can do it up, but it's not an issue. We will just bring out the tape. Excuse me jerking you on the camera. It's just as I'm walking back and forth. So bring out the tape, and just a quick band of tape around his cuff there will hold it tight. And it needs to be tight, guys, because you won't get the jacket on over here otherwise. Okay, right, so that's his one arm. Now what we need to do is pull that down there. We need to run his other arm through now, okay? And we'll need to do the same thing with his jacket as well. Now I don't know if you can see me down here. If you can't, I do apologise. But again, all I'm doing is feeding the arms through the sleeve like the last one. Just trying to get it so it's right. It's a bit of a potch, I know, but it's what we need to do. Right, okay, so we need some of this straw again. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to put that there. And we'll put his sleeve over it to there. Okay, right, you have to excuse me a minute. The tape pulled off the foam thing. You're probably not going to see all this, guys, but this video's turning into a bit of a disaster. Maybe we'll do an outcut at the end or something. Okay. Right, we'll probably just edit all of that out, but for now we're going again. Right, so we've got his shirt through both arms, okay? Now the next step is to do the exact same thing with the jacket. Now we've got to try and get his hands through this jacket, and it's a little hard, alright, because obviously it's quite a narrow thing, and his hand is quite big, because his hands are made up of foam. So I'm not quite sure if it's going to go through, but we'll give it a go. Last time I had to detach the hand. Might be lucky this time because it's a bigger jacket. There we go. Excellent. So that's his one arm done. Let's get this other arm in. Okay. We've been quite lucky there, I think, guys, to be honest with you, because his hands has pretty much gone over, so we'll have to do a bit of tidying up there. But it could have been a lot worse than that. There we go. Right. Now what we need to do now is put his collar back there, sort out the rest of this. Guys, I know you can't see this, but I'll change the angle of the camera now and you can have a look what I'm up to. Sorry about that, I should have thought earlier. Okay, so what we're trying to do here now is connect the arms back up. I'm going to need to get a couple more screws where I lost some just now. I think I've got some in the car. There we are, right. Okay. So what we need to do now here, we've taped his arms back up. We'll sort out how it all goes now in a second, but what we're looking to do now is to turn the arms line back up the piece the best we can, and then we can, once this is screwed back together, we can then sort him out as far as his clothes go. So it's a bit of a potch. But like I said, this is the first time we've had to do this in 4.5 years, so okay, we just need to find the other one, the other stick we took out. Right, here he is. So we'll stick this one back on there. And we will put some new screws in this side. I'm going to drill a new hole here instead of that other one that's broke. There we go. All right. So at the moment he looks like a bag of crap. So we're now at the point where we've got all his clothes back and his arms back in place. Okay, so what we have to do now is obviously tidy him up, because at the moment they're in all sorts of shapes and stuff like that. So we've got to try and feed now these clothes back on him to where they would be naturally. So we need just a little bit of straw poking up now out of there for Worzel. There we are, guys. There we are, guys. So he's back on the plot. All he needs to do now is get some shoe polish on his hat to darken that down, and he's away. I need to just loosen up my my soil after trampling all over it, which you shouldn't be doing. So that's about it. Officially spring, and Worzel's back on the plot, and he's got his new threads. Anyway, guys, I will see you in the next episode. Thanks for viewing. Bye.